Welcome to week 6 of the Blue Jeans FIND30 classes. Today we have a chair workout, so just so you know, you will need a little dining chair, preferably one without armrests, because we're going to do some exercise to work the belly, the legs and the arms. Now, in the case that you might not be able to do some of the exercises, make sure you have your water bottle handy, because the water bottles will just help to decrease that impact. So starting off with, I just want us to do some gentle hip circles, just to get some blood moving through the back and the lower back.
You have to stand right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I tried to get it so that it was as far over, but it's not recording. Don't worry.
It's not. As
you go, try and make the circles a bit bigger, and then change direction. So this little dynamic warm-up is really good to get the blood moving through the lower back, especially if you feel a bit of pain in there. Blood going through helps to reduce waste, which might sound a bit weird, but it is a thing. And when you're feeling good, I just want us to slowly, hands on our thighs, roll down, straight legs, and try and touch the floor. And just let everything hang nice and loose. And then what I want you to do is slightly bend the knees and go a bit further down. You'll feel a stretch through your hamstrings, maybe through your calves, through your lower back. And if you can, grab those hands behind your back, interlace your fingers and just try and push your chest out. Don't have to do this one though. Let everything hang, especially the head. Just give it a knock side to side. You might let the arms go now, holding those elbows and just rocking side to side. And then slowly, inch by inch, up. And just give those shoulders a bit of a roll. And just for our necks, let's give it a bit of a side to side motion. Especially if you're feeling stiff, it's the end of the day, just to get that blood moving helps a lot. And just rolling around, gentle rotations. And other way. Try and go as far as you can without any pain, of course. And just whatever feels good now. So if you want to just turn it, give a bit of a big no, up and down, nice and gently. Might want to get some more blood moving through the wrists, rocking them around, moving those knees, shaking around. We're going to start our first exercise. So we've got, on the first exercise, I have my little workout, blue tacked to the wall. I've called it squats around chair. It's very hard to find a picture that actually does this. Make sure you have adequate space around your chair, because we're going to go around it. So we're going to start off to the side, we're going to squat, then we're going to stand up, step off to the front, and we're going to squat again and step off to the other side. So we're essentially squatting around this one little area. So remember, when you squat, it's like we're sitting on a chair. We're trying to keep our butt going out, and if you can, try not to put all your weight on the chair. Have it as like a point where you just tap the side, the bottom. I try to keep my hands up around my chest, just to make sure that I'm not slumping forward. Now if you want to make this one extra hard, you can go around to the chair, staying low. That's a progression. So when you start feeling okay with it, you can move up from there. Oh, hello.
I can't fit round a chair.
You're not in the recording. Are you okay with that though? There's only 4 people.
Oh, you're not putting it on YouTube though?
No, it'll be on the camera that can only see me.
Okay.
If the legs are starting to feel it, then we're finished. First exercise done. second exercise, we're going to come over just so we can have the chair for support if we need it. Straight legs, we're going to just go up heel to toe. So if you don't want to hold the chair, you don't have to. But this one is just straight legs, little calf raises. Something to do in between. I like to mix my exercises up together. It just gives you that extra efficiency to your workout, especially if we're working a different muscle. If you're finding the heart rate's getting up, little sips of water might help. So we'll do each exercise today for about 30 seconds usually, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on how I think it's going. And we're going to do 2 sets of each today. And rest, shake it off. Get some blood moving, might want to roll your ankles around. And we're going to go back to the first exercise. So squats around the chair. Now I'll move my chair so it's facing you guys, so I don't face away. And let's go. So first squat. If you want to, you can stand all the way up. Off to the side. Second squat. If you want to, you can stay low and go around the chair again. So essentially, it's like a crab walk around that chair. And it just makes the exercise a little bit more different. You're working different planes of muscles. Because if we're just squatting up and down, it gets a bit boring, doesn't it? Holding that low position also makes it a bit harder, but you can do the full stand up and walk around. Last couple here. Remembering to keep your back up straight, still pushing through our heels, and rest. Shake it off. Last exercise. Standing up straight, calf raises. Remembering to take big deep breaths in. I'm trying my best. I'm going to keep talking. So if you want, I'm going slow, but you can go faster if you feel up to it. So going faster just means that you're working a bit harder, the muscles are getting a bit more endurance. Remembering to keep those knees straight with a slight bend. You don't want to lock them out. You want to keep them slight bend but straight. We don't want to be down here though. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it off. If you need to have a drink, grab one. That's our first set done. We're going to go on to our second set. So 2 exercises again. We're doing legs again. So first leg exercise. We're just going to hold the chair if we need. Leg closest to the chair, just stay still. Leg on the other side, we're going to point our toe towards our toe again, so point it to the middle, and we're going to lift up. So little side leg raises. So if you need to hold on, then please do. Otherwise, if you want to try and balance through it, it just makes it a little bit harder. So with this one, we're trying not to come over and do a full side bend. We're trying to keep our body up straight while we're doing the side leg raise. We're working through these glute muscles and remembering to keep that toe pointed towards the middle. I know it feels weird, but and keep breathing. And then, because we're on this leg already, our next exercise, we're going to use this leg, keeping this one up. We're going to do little squats on the leg that was stood still. So we're giving both of them a workout in between. So if you can do this one without holding onto the chair, you don't have to go too low as well. I'm really going as low as I feel comfortable. If your low is all the way down here, well, well done to you. Otherwise, go to where you feel like it's starting to get a bit harder, try and hold it and then push back up. So just little kind of pops. And remembering not to let the knee go too far forward. If it's going over your toes and you can't see it, then you're going too far forward. It's like you're sitting on a chair, which you could pretend to with this chair as well. And rest, shake it off. Other side of the chair. we're going to plant this leg that's closest, and we're doing side leg raises again. So that toe should be pointed towards the middle. I find it helps to hold my hip. Up to you though. If you can balance, then good on you. So we might be working this leg that's moving, but it's also this leg holding that's getting a bit of a workout, because it's balancing. All the muscles are moving around your ankle trying to keep us stable. You probably notice it now that I've said it. Another couple, 2, and 1. Then planting this leg, we're going to do little squats. So the same leg that was held on the ground. So keeping your back up straight. It's like you're sitting on a chair, trying not to let your hips cave in. Try and keep your hips as in line as possible, so not one higher than the other. If you need to hold on to the chair, then do so. If the leg out front is just a bit hard on your hip flexors, stick it out back. Doesn't matter where this leg is, it's just got to stay off the ground. If this is a bit hard on your knees, feel free to have this leg supporting though, so it can go on the ground. This is a good strengthening exercise for our glutes, our inner thighs, our outer thighs, our knees as well, the muscles around the knee. Last one, and shake it off. That is one set done. Back to the first leg. So, planting that inside leg, so for me it's my left. We're going to point that outward toe inwards, and side leg raising. So this is week 6, means we've got 4 weeks left. Time's getting on, isn't it? So there'll be 10 classes in total, and you can do them over the summer. Make sure we keep that toe pointed inwards, really try and squeeze through those outside glutes. Hold your belly really tight and shake it off. Planting this left leg again, we're doing those little squats on the one leg. So if your leg's up here or your leg's behind you, just put it to where you don't need it. We're just squatting on this one leg. If you can, try not to hold on to anything, but if you need to, feel free. Make sure you can still see your toes if you're looking down. If your knee's covering it, then you need to not go as low and try and focus on sitting back. Still trying to hold your belly really tight, but breathe. But when you're holding your belly tight, it just helps you to do the exercise. Last couple here, 1 and 2. Shake it off. Other side. So, planting that inside leg, so my right, toe pointed inwards, and let's go, little side leg raises. And welcome to Christine up there. Good to have you. If this one's starting to really hurt those ITB bands and you're feeling that it's not really helping you, feel free to stop. These exercises aren't all exact to each individual person. They're just a way for me to give you a workout, and I don't know your injuries, so make sure you listen to your body. Keep that toe pointed inwards there. Last one here, and shake it off. And planting that leg for our last sort of single leg squats. Let's go. Make sure you breathe. Keep that glute on your right side or whichever side you're on really tight as you push up. Try and have that as the prime mover of the exercise. Squeezing that as you stand up. You really feel it because it's like, oh, you're doing this to me. Last one here. And shake it up. Rest. All right. That's the standing leg exercises. We're going to go into a couple of different ones now. Grab a drink if you need. We have a mix now. So we've got some triceps and some glutes to do. So the chair is here because we're going to do what I like to call tricep dips. Now, this is why I said have your water bottle handy, because some people's shoulders might not be able to do this one. So if you're able, we're going to place our hands on the chair, sit on the edge. I want you to pull your bottom off the chair, holding with your arms, and we're just going to do a little dip. So this one, you can make it harder the lower you go. If you're going all the way down, just remember to keep your elbows in and we're not coming out, we're keeping them close to our body and in that line. Now, if you're thinking, oh, what are you doing to me, Jess? We can use the water bottle instead. So sticking the water bottle above your head and tricep extensions, which is one that we've done before. I'll let you choose. I'm going to do the dips, but whichever one you like, because I know shoulders can be a bit of a tricky one. I've already got a couple now, and resting. First exercise done. We're going to come forward. Make sure your feet aren't too close to the chair, and we're going to do some little kickbacks. So we've done these ones before. Hands are shoulder width apart. Our feet, the one we're using, we're flexing our foot, not pointing, and we're pushing our heel to the ceiling. So little kickbacks. We're going to go for the full ones, and then we're going to do little pulses, and then the other leg, and then we'll go back to the triceps. So you can go at your pace with this one if you want to go fast or if you want to go slow, whatever you like. Just remember to keep your tummy locked on tight, but remember to breathe. If you're feeling the burn in those glutes and you need to have a break, you can, otherwise keep going with me. We're going to go for a bit longer. The higher you can get your knee, the better. So if you're only getting halfway, it just might mean that we need to strengthen up through your glutes a bit more. Keep going, another 2, and little pulses now. So find that high point, and we're just moving through that tiny little range of motion. So really squeeze through those glutes. You should feel them, they're rock solid right now, and they're screaming at you. And rest, and just in between we'll reach out forward and have a nice little stretch. And then we're going to come back up, and we're going to do the other leg. So flex that foot and full kickbacks. So I bring my knee just above my other knee. If you want, you can try and get your head to your knee just to increase the ab exercise in it. Okay? So you can go a little crunch as well as a kickback, but up to you. That gets you a bit more muscles working, so if that's what you want to do. Because these classes are all about efficiency. It's our FIND30. It's a bit more than 30 minutes of walking, isn't it? Try not to have your shoulders up near your ears as well. Keep your neck nice and long. I know it might be hard, but try not to look at me on the screen. I know I've got my head cranked off to the side, but if you can avoid it, that's what you want. And finding that top point, little pulses, 20 seconds here. Try and keep your hips level. Don't let one come up. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Give yourself a little stretch, reach forward. That's one set done. We're going to do one more of each of those now. All right, standing up, back to the triceps. So this one is on the chair or with your water bottle, up to you. Find that point on the chair. Now, I know probably you're thinking, oh, why would you give me that? If you want to make it harder, you can put your legs straight and do the triceps like that. But easier is knees bent so you can help yourself with the exercise. I'll let you choose. So this one's with a water bottle or on the chair. We've done the tricep extensions last week. Try and breathe through the exercise. It is a hard one. Another 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Resting. Oh, coming forward, might want to give your wrists a bit of a roll, shoulders a roll, neck a roll. Can push that chair out the way just for this one. Coming down to all fours again, we've got our last sort of glute thrusters, then we'll finish with some abs and we're done. So, pick that first leg, flex that foot, and away we go. So noticing that my back, I'm trying to keep it really stable. I don't have it arched up, I don't have it too far arched the other way. I'm going to have it what they call a tabletop position. So it takes a bit of core strength to hold this tabletop as well. Keep that glute contracted as you go to the top. You really be able to feel it up here. It's a nice little tight muscle there. And finding that high spot, little pulses. So if you want, you can make the pulses a bit longer, otherwise keep going. Another 10 seconds. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Have a stretch. Reach forward. Let that lower back go nice and long. Alright, coming back up. Last glute. I know you're all loving it right now. And let's go. My companion here is. Keep that heel nice and high as you reach it for the ceiling. It's just the same as when you're squatting, you want to put all your weight on your heel. This is the opposite. We want to put our heel to the sky. Keep your tummy tight. Another 10 seconds, and then pulses. And ready, finding that high spot, little pulses for 20 seconds. Last bit on the glutes, and then we'll flip over on our backs. So it's just a small movement, keeping that heel towards the sky. Keep your hips level. 3, 2, and 1. Resting, reaching forward. Let your knees go wide. And stretch. If you need to grab a drink, we're going to flip over now for the abs. You've caught me on a bad day, guys. My abs are very sore, so I might be a bit slow. So what I'd say is, go at your pace. Don't have to copy me, but if you do, it'll probably be a bit of an easier workout than you used to. So we are going to place our feet up on the chair. The picture, you might see, doesn't show this. It's because I couldn't find one. It's very hard to find pictures of exercises that you've made up. So, feet are up on the chair. Now, we've done this one before, I think. We're going to come up and we're just going to touch sides of the chair. So this is pretty similar to a heel tap. So you want to, it will strain your neck if you're finding it's a bit tight, so take a break if you need, but come up and just holding your upper body off the ground while we go side to side. My abs are screaming at me. So I'll let you keep going. Another 10 seconds. I'll be lenient. If the neck is really sore, you can take the tapping away from it and just support it in your hands and go side to side. And resting. Give your knees a cuddle. That's the first exercise. We've got 2 more ab exercises, 2 sets of each. Almost there. They'll be short ones. So feet up on the chair again. Might want to bring it a little bit closer to you. So sitting so your knees are at 90. And we're just simply crunching up. So you can crunch with your hands under your neck, or you can crunch with your hands reaching for your knees. Up to you. I'm going to go with the neck. So having the knees high during crunches just makes sure that our lower backs are nice and flat and imprinted on the floor. Keep breathing through this. Last 5 seconds. 2 and 1. And last ab exercise, we're just going to come a little bit farther away from the chair so that our ankles are on it. Straight legs if you can. You can place your hands underneath your bottom if you want to help. And we're just going to do some nice scissor kicks. So the chair is there if we need to have a little break. If you don't want the chair there and you want to go a bit lower, you can move it out the way, or you can go off to the side, do some scissor kicks, other side, scissor kicks, just to make it a bit different. Otherwise, another 15 seconds here. If you want, you can tap your heels on the chair, so you know that you're always going down to the same level. Fatigues that muscle a little bit more. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Woohoo! Getting there. Last set. Back up to the chair, nice and close if you can. 3 exercises to go, guys. Do 20 to 30 seconds of each. First one is those taps again. So up we go, and we're tapping the chair side to side. So this is really working through our oblique muscles, so the ones on the side of your body. I know it's easier said than done, but remember to breathe while you do ab exercises. It's really easy to just hold your breath and forget. And resting. Okay. Crunches, second last exercise. If you want, you can just rock your knees side to side just to help out with any pains you might have in your lower back. Otherwise, feet up and away we go. So just straightforward crunches. It's amazing what kind of exercise you can do with a chair in your own home. There's probably many more you can do that we didn't cover today, but I probably will do another chair workout. Keep breathing through the crunches, another 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Resting. Oh, last little bit now, moving a little bit more away from the chair, so just your ankles are getting covered. If you want, you can completely take the chair out of it. It's just there for a bit of support, I guess. And scissor kicks to finish off the session. Remembering to keep your lower back flat on the floor. Scissor kicks are straight up and down. If this is really hurting and you're like, make it higher. If that's still not doing you and you're thinking, oh, this is way too hard for me, stick both legs on the ground and lift one at a time. That's where we all start. If that's where you start, then that's where you start. There's nothing wrong with that. Otherwise, another 15 seconds. This one you can point your toes. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Resting there, guys. Good stuff. Give your knees a cuddle. Nice deserved stretch. I'll let you do your own stretches in your time. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming today, and I'll hopefully see you next week. Thanks, everyone.